Welcome to Slow News Day Live. I'm Steve Boykinen. I'm here in the Santa Cruz Mountains for a never dwindling amount of time. I am joined by my better than your co-host, Glory Jones. What's up, Jones? How you doing?
Hello.
Come on, you got to bring a little bit more to the table. It's a big day. We have a lot to talk about. We got some crazy shit to talk about. As a matter of fact, man, an Iranian Navy vessel got fire under some mysterious circumstances. The JBS hack has had global supply chain impacts, and it's going to have a huge impact on the new cybersecurity economy going forward, which means massive invasion of civil rights and civil liberties. Holy crap. Christian Westbrook, the Ice Age farmer, yesterday drops in his telegram. Oh, by the way, I got sent a leaked document from the World Economic Forum about a forest incentive they have. Here's the link to the video I just did, which, by the way, you guys should definitely go check that out. Not now, of course, because we're live. But at some point in your viewing process. We're talking about the total surveillance of nature. We're talking about, again, the complete commodification of nature. All of this surrounding Agenda 2030, the Fourth Industrial Revolution, and the global reset. So I hope you're ready for some real shit, because that's what we have.
That's what we're here for.
Don't take COVID seriously, and we.
Oh my god.
Well, there's some
Save it for Friday.
At any rate, so Jones, do you kind of want to set up the Iranian ship story while I go pull up that tweet and find the footage and all that whatnot?
Oh, I already sent one with the video up.
Yeah, no, I've got that. I'm pulling it up. It's just I was hoping it would lead us into what I'm about to pull up.
Yeah, I know. Well, basically, I mean, the tweet does a good job of setting it up too. One of Iran's largest naval ships sank today. It caught fire on a quote-unquote training mission in the Gulf of Oman. And yeah, here's the footage of it.
Oh, whoa.
That's wind. That's wind. Sorry, ears.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. Basically, like it says, one of Iran's largest naval ships caught fire, and the reason in particular why I wanted to bring this up was because this comes right after we have a man by the name of was it David? David Barnea, who is the new chief of Mossad, and he did something very convenient by the name of hinting at more assassinations and attacks against Iran. Oh, geez, what the hell?
Iran is acting even at this very moment to realize its nuclear vision under international auspices, using the nuclear deal. And without it, with lies and with concealment, Iran is more advanced than ever toward developing a weapon for genocidal destruction.
Oh my God, what are these ads? What the?
He said that the spy agency would undertake a mix of operations in the use of advanced technologies, likely a reference to cyber attacks, among other capabilities, to keep the Islamic Republic in check. Barnea thanked Cohen, adding that some real-time comments Cohen made during operations had made a huge and fateful difference, and that his personal contribution had been critical.
Cohen being the previous chief of Mossad, and
Yeah,
further,
sorry.
he said that Israel would not be passive simply because the majority of the world was willing to, quote unquote, look the other way on Iran's nuclear program. And despite the fact that they welcomed the International Atomic Energy Agency into Iran to help regulate them after the Iran nuclear deal fell through. Okay. We will not act according to the idea that quote unquote majority rules, since that same majority will not be stuck with paying the price for their mistaken evaluation of the threat. Okay. And well, so not only is there is Israel's new Mossad chief coming out saying that, and then we have this mysterious fire causing the sinkage of one of Iran's biggest Navy ships. But there's also a history of, mysterious attacks being undertaken against key infrastructure in places like Iran and Syria. And this happened specifically at a centrifuge facility in Iran a couple weeks ago. And the reason why it got shut down was because some of the centrifuges in those facilities were malfunctioning. That was due to the Israeli Stuxnet, which was not which was still a covert mission. And then cyber attacks were also done against Syria by Israel and more against Iran. And that's why I bring these two things up, not necessarily to, to basically keep that in mind, especially because Israel and the Zionist apartheid illegal occupation is basically guilty of many past attacks and, mysterious malfunctions in Iranian infrastructure because of the threat that they pose to the Zionist occupation. So, given that, I would not be surprised if we see some more things coming out about this Iranian Navy ship being sunken that have to do with Israel, that have to do with covert operations undertaken by Mossad, that have to do with maybe even another Stuxnet attack. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, 100%. I mean, just in the last couple of years, there was an accidental missile strike during the Iranian Navy's military exercises, killed like almost 20 people. There were a couple of different tanker attacks just in the last couple of years, and another naval vessel got attacked over the last year. These provocations have been openly talked about, not just from the new Mossad spook, but I mean, Netanyahu himself, Benny Gantz himself, all of the armchair saber rattler Zionist fucks over here. And war with Iran is one of those things that if we go into a hot war with either Syria or Russia or China, which there's been some serious fucking saber rattling coming out of China because of Biden's rhetoric, we're going to see war with Iran inevitably. And again, this is 88 million people in really hard to get to places that do not want to leave and do not like imperialist powers coming in.
That hate American imperialism, that really, really hate American imperialism to the point where, where every couple weeks or so they have to put out the disclaimer that, hey, death to America means death to the American government, not death to y'all. We cool with the people. It's the government that we can't fucking stand. So, yeah, no, and they the fighting spirit of Iran and of the Persian people put up against, American pussy ass imperialism, it wouldn't be pretty. It wouldn't be pretty for us. Or I would say us, but it wouldn't be pretty for the American military.
Before we get too much further, I would like to wish safe travels and an uneventful but incredibly wonderful journey to Fiorella Isabel, who's going to Peru to monitor the Peruvian elections as part of a delegation. She's attached to the one, I believe, now that Medea Benjamin is leading. So all the best to her. Pasta gets on a plane for Georgia tomorrow. He's going to go cover what's breaking in the Georgia election. Some of you guys helped make that possible. Thank you very much. I'm lagging on putting out, but need to a GoFundMe because I'm kind of like, at least from a distance, helping to organize the West Coast leg of the Home Run for Julian tour, but also to be able to cover it and put out a mini doc teach-in style thing like we did with the Manning leaks and the first A for A teach-in video, but more like 35-45 minutes of what was taking place on that West Coast leg, and hopefully the final day when they deliver their petition to DC. So I'll be putting that
and then
up.
right off the heels of that, we'll be doing something for Julian's birthday weekend too.
Yeah,
so.
I would be flying out of LA and coming back to LA to go do those events, because there's an event on the 28th and 29th in LA, 30th in DC, and then on July 3rd and July 4th, we would be doing birthday celebration events for Julian Assange, hopefully in multiple cities, but we're definitely doing something in LA. So I hope to see you guys out there, like on all of those days. 25th and 26th in San Francisco, 24th in Portland, 23rd in Denver, Colorado. If you're anywhere around there, please get there. If you need more information, Assange Defense on Twitter, hit anybody in action for Assange up. Kendra's running point in Colorado. I'm talking to both of the organizers in San Francisco and LA. Need to get a hold of the people in Portland, figure out what's going on there. Glory Jones this Sunday. Go ahead, Glory.
So yeah, this Sunday it will be the first stop of their tour. It'll be 7 p.m. in Wynwood is when we will be having the action with John Shipton and Gabriel Shipton, the first stop in their home run tour around the US. And yeah, can't wait to meet them and like just talk with them, really talk about some important shit. And yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it because I mean, like, you know, hopefully this, I think this is something I've heard other people say, but hopefully this like home run tour is like really a kickstart to like, you know, like up the ante, because like, guys, come on, it's time to help the vulnerable and crush some bastards already. Like, shit, bro. I mean, and it's like when we started watching, it started because Commander X was playing a bunch of Julian clips, but like, you know, then we watched another clip on like that on our show with Ty Clevenger. And I was just thinking like, and I started watching like even more Julian clips after that. And I was like, yo, like, God, I miss this dude. I want him free so bad. And like, I can't be the only one who wants him free that bad. We need to manifest that into getting out in the street. We can't rely on any sort of political or legal solution to freeing Julian. It's going to take a massive public pressure campaign on fucking Mandela levels. Like, I'm sorry that it has to take that much, but it's what needs to happen. Like, I want to see him free, guys.
Absolutely. And nobody could run an interview like Julian Assange, man. Like, I can carry